Hi everyone. It's been a short little while since my last video, and this is the first time I'm doing a video like this where I'm not really reviewing any products or anything like that or any items that I have. But I've been really wanting to talk about this for a little while now, and I feel like, what more better way to sort of share it here with people with the same sort of interests as me. It may be a boring video, I don't know, but I just want to share my experience, and hopefully it will reach even one person that if you feel the same way. I just want to let you know that we are the same, and I'm with you, and we are on the same journey together. So I just really wanted to talk about consumerism as a whole. As you can see, my previous videos, I've had shop with luxury for quite a number of years now, and I have slowed down in the last couple of years, but the bigger picture in this is that I also do just shop a lot in general, and I think it's a problem for me. A big part of shopping does to me is that it does give me joy. I do find happiness when I walk around shops and look at new things, and it gives me a lot of, in some ways, creative ideas. When I look at an item, whether it's a luxury bag or whether it's just a normal clothes shop, something like that, I will stir up an idea of an outfit in my head and what I can do with this, and it gives me a lot of joy when I'm able to sort of go creative and create in my mind. And it also gives me a lot of joy when I, think about what I can match with at home. I guess there's also a big part of me that I didn't really learn until I was a bit older and sort of more exposed to the world, that I have in some ways a scarcity mindset. And really what the scarcity mindset is, that I feel like I have not enough, or I must get it, otherwise I'll regret and never get this special item again. So things are scarce and I need to run for it. And I started to see that this is different in some of my friends or colleagues or people I grew up with, where I wouldn't say that they're filthy rich, but they were sort of brought up in the way where things are comfortable for them, and they didn't have that scarcity mindset growing up. And I wouldn't say that I grew up in entire poverty, but I have had that mindset for a long time. And that made me feel like I always needed to spend. So while the creative side of things too gives me joy, a part of me, I think, is scarcity in itself that makes me want to shop more. So when I started working, or even the habit started before I was working, whenever I get pocket money or allowances, or when I started getting paid, I would always use them to the point where there's no more. Sure, I paid for my stuff and I paid for my card on time, and I never owed anything, but I really never had any money left behind each month, and I would just use it all. And it obviously, like any shopping, is like any sort of type of addiction where you do get that dopamine hit when you buy things and you wait for it. But it is often true that after that, the dopamine goes away. I wouldn't say that there are many things I regret getting. There are maybe a couple of things here and there that I think I remember it clearly that I haven't used it and I regret getting. Even for luxury items, thankfully, because they're expensive, I can't just splurge. So I have less of a regrets with my luxury items because I really have to think it through before I can get them. So less of that. So I wouldn't say I regret a lot of my purchases, but I would say that I did definitely can say I've wasted a lot of money on purchasing things that, clothes that I don't wear that often. And, my house is pretty much full of things, and clothes especially. It takes up so much room. And, I could wear this till I die and I'll still have clothes left. And that's how much I have. And I still want to buy some more. And, I don't want to be that person to say I have it's a problem. It is, but at the same time, I don't want to take that joy away to some of us that that would have happiness when we get these things. So I think what I've shifted now, which is what I really want to share, is in terms of especially buying clothing or luxury items, things like that, I've shifted to making sure that I really do buy things that are in their quality. Obviously, I still make dumb purchases, which is, such as life. But the main thing I do want to emphasize is clothes was my biggest issue. I do buy lots of things. I have lots of different interests. I'm unfortunately a boy and a girl at the same time at heart. I like gaming. I like girly things. I like so many things. So I like gadgets. I like technology. I buy so many things, and it's ridiculous. And the ones that I buy the most is definitely clothes. I would use to scroll through different websites. Back in the day, ASOS was a thing, and now you would just scroll and scroll through thousands and thousands of clothes. And I don't need anything, but I just want to see all of their catalog so that I could get something that was nice in that particular day on the catalog. And if I was bored, or if I felt like I worked really hard and I need a bit of a pick-me-up, the following week I will do the same thing. I will pick a web page or pick a store that I really like their clothes, and I am sort of in that mindset that I'm here, I definitely should pick something. And I sometimes still have that mindset till today, where if I found a new brand that I really like, I will scroll through the entire store to look for something that I want to buy from there. But I've recently managed to stop myself from doing that quite a few times. A big part of how what helped me in this is that budgeting actually doesn't work on me, because I blew my budget every time. So being strict on myself is definitely not what I can do well. And what I think worked for me best was just psyching myself to it. So, just going through my clothes again, looking at my closet, trying to rearrange things would remind me, oh my God, I have so much and I can't fit things anymore. I shouldn't buy anymore. That helps whenever I do that, when I sort of reorganize or just open up all the cupboards and have a look at the clothes that I have. And the other thing I also realize is that lots of clothes brands now, the clothes are not of quality. Like, they're made of polyester, they're made of plastic. And while some of them looks very pretty, and some of them are like, big brands who makes beautiful clothes, wearing polyester is really uncomfortable and it's not breathable. And I had a deep dive down into what materials are best for you, and I'm still learning in that point of view, but I do notice a difference every time I like a certain clothes very much and I feel comfortable in it. It's often made of cotton, it's often made of linen, something like that. And a lot of my clothes I have bought that I still have, I do wear them, but every time I wear them, I am reminded that they are polyester, because I can feel it, especially if it's in a long hot day, or even if it's just a long day at work that I've been wearing polyester. I do feel it. It's just more scratchy, it's uncomfortable, you just feel whereas cotton is just very, very comfortable. And I'm slowly trying to buy more of those. So how that reduces my shopping is that if ever I'm going to a shop and just looking at a brand and doing the scrolling thing that I mentioned before, I would look at the material, and if it's polyester or some other materials that are not as good, so like maybe nylon or viscose, something like that, then I kind of know that it will not be as comfortable as I think it will be, and be pretty, but I probably would dislike them at some point. And that now has usually turned me off and stopped me from buying something, which is very effective to stopping me from buying something. And it has reduced my shopping a little bit, thankfully. Now, with say, if I do see something that's cotton, I will be tempted as well. But that's where the different, when I watch videos about consumerism, or when I think about how much I need to try to fit this clothes into my already full closet, really helps me to stop me from buying. And occasionally there's some things that are very special and I really, really like it. I probably wouldn't stop myself from doing that, because there are times where I have stopped myself and I regret it fully for not getting it because I can't get it again. So there's some things that are very special. Those ones I won't stop, but things that are, I think, similar to what I already have, then I'm trying to stop and think about it. I just think, or even, materials like wool are pretty good as well for winter, but if it's polyester that looks like wool, it's just not comfortable. So I think that really helped me, and that also sort of made me look into luxury clothes. So I've always wanted to buy some clothes from luxury stores, like, LV, Chanel, the tweed jacket. And I think, if I'm not wrong, they do use proper materials. I'm not sure, I haven't looked into it for a while now, but I did at some point had them on the wish list that I want to buy someday. But then later on, I started realizing that, what if my house gets burnt down by accident? What if I get robbed? What if something bad just happens and I lose it all? And realistically, having more of these things gave me more stress that I have to look after it. And I have to insure it at some point. Which gives me a lot of stress, say, when we go on trips and I think about the things at home. And when I recently went overseas, because I was worried that I'll get robbed, I brought nothing with me that was valuable. So none of my luxury stuff came with me, except I had one necklace and one bracelet on. And the rest of the other stuff I bought was not like luxury items that cost thousands of dollars. I brought like gold-plated rings, which were $100 or so. And normally I wouldn't buy gold-plated rings generally, but I think they're good for traveling. And while I was there, I never worried about keeping my things in the safe, too worried about things getting stolen from my luggages. Whereas previously, if I have to bring all my luxury items overseas, not all, but bags or jewelry and stuff, I will often worry that if I don't wear it out, then someone might break into the safe, or I might lose it on plane, someone will steal it, one of it. So then I realized a lot of these material things, they do give me joy, and I do like it, and I'm not saying that I'm not buying them anymore, but they do come with a cost. Comes with a cost of worrying about it, and comes with a cost of, the stress of making sure you look after it, making sure they're not lost, making sure they're safe and insured, something like that. And the more items you have, the more costs it comes with. And it may not be, monetary costs, it's not money related because you've bought it already, but it gives you another form of stress. And I kind of understand and see why people who live minimally have nothing much to worry about. I definitely would say I wouldn't be the person to live minimally. I don't think I can do that. It will take a lot of me to do that. Plus, I don't think I'll be very happy with myself if I've done that. I don't think I'll enjoy my life because I'm just not that person, and I've accepted that. But I do think there are a few things that I can change, which I'm moving towards too, spending more mindfully. So I'm still going to spend and shop because that's what I really enjoy, but I'm going to cut it down to a sort of safe level, I would say. and spending more mindfully, meaning, buying things that I really truly think it's worth it and not because I just want the dopamine hit. And also probably not increasing the luxury items as much as I used to think I wanted to with the collection, because I really don't want to increase my stress of looking after it. Alrighty, I think I'll stop here. I probably want to do a bit more of these videos, mainly really to document it for myself as well. Just watch me on my journey at this point in this year, and would I be the same 5 years from now, or would I have improved so much that I'm good with my money? I probably will expand a bit more here and there, or maybe talk about similar things on some of the next couple of videos, but I will still do my review videos. But I thought of making this like a journal for myself as well on my own channel to talk about this. And if anything, if this helps, I hope maybe it helps even just one person to say that I am struggling with you. And obviously this is a first world problem. It's not, I'm not struggling for food and anything, so it's not true suffering, I would say. It's just a first world problem, but still something that I would like to work on and be a better person. So hopefully you find this video helpful and you enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.